The most important thing to me is investigating, the state of unconsciousness in this abstract world of dreams. Like, that is really my driving force behind everything I do. This is kind of a piece that's still in progress, but it's this glass lady I've been working on. So I molded the torso over a mannequin, and it's gonna stay laying down, but I want to light it from inside, and I have more fabrics to add around it, and I'm probably going to put them in resin so they read like a glass too. I feel like when you can pull off something that looks uniform but is made of materials that usually aren't together, it kind of creates this dialogue of relationships between materials too, and I just really like to see kind of how far I can push that. This piece for me was really fun. I actually just finished it this year for a show in New Hampshire. I keep finding all these deer skulls, and you'll see in some of the fashion stuff I do too, I use antlers and found skulls and found bones. Sometimes people see it as creepy, but I see it as a way of kind of honoring the spirit of these animals. Deer have always been one of those things that just kind of, I grew up and spent a lot of time in the woods, so I felt this connection to them. And so this piece was kind of, that in-between of human and deer. So this is based off a dream I had. The dream was basically about this third eye opening up and this blood bindi and oil pouring over my face, and I could peel off these masks of my face with this blood stamp in them. And so that's kind of what these represent, is for the masks that have come off. This piece is another mixed media project. Some of it is found objects, like I found this glass, sandblasted it, painted it. And this piece, sorry, is called All the Lies of Addiction Poured All Over the Table for Everyone to See. It's one of the few pieces I have with a really long name, but but sometimes I like doing that. So this was about pop culture. It was for this contest. Pop culture was all they gave us, and so what I decided to do was how it affects women. So that's pretty much what the piece is about. It's just kind of self-reflection, and I actually worked with a friend of mine who dealt with a lot of addiction problems and self-worth problems, and so we kind of talked about using art as therapy. So this was kind of an attempt at that. So sculptures are something that, part of why I love doing it is I feel like it's just something I've always done. I grew up building forts in the woods and things like that, and I think a lot of that does come out in the use of found objects. I go on hikes a lot and find cool pieces of driftwood or branches or stones and just kind of collect them and figure, one day this will have a purpose. Another part of it is the house I grew up in was very old and needed a lot of work. So I grew up helping, rebuild and restore this old house. I like using the figure in my work, and I like making it life scale because that interaction of the person and the object. The figure is one of the most powerful symbols that we can relate to. So it's like instantly, once you create a piece of work that is figurative, people are just kind of magnetized to it.